Hello, friends. We're in the first stages of the Baltimore studios of Stavvy's World. And before we get going, we have an incredible episode with Brian Simpson in our regular studio. I just wanted to thank our beloved, beautiful sponsors, one of which, that's right, fuckers, Liquid Death. I love Liquid Death. I know you do too. And I want you to go to liquiddeath.com/Stavvy to check out all their healthy, infinitely recyclable beverages and find your closest retailer. That's liquiddeath.com/Stavvy, liquiddeath.com/Stavvy. And that's not all, because we also have ExpressVPN supporting our show here. I love ExpressVPN. They allow you to watch shows from all over the globe. So stop missing out on great TV and get thousands of new shows with ExpressVPN. We got them to give you guys 3 extra free months when you use our special link, expressvpn.com/Stavvy. That's expressvpn.com/Stavvy to get 3 months completely free. Now, let's transport you to the studio in Astoria, Queens. Opa! Welcome, everybody, to Stavvy's World. 904-800-STAV. Call in. We'll solve your problems. We got my boy Brian Simpson on the couch today. Thanks for coming, dude.
No, thanks for having me.
Special is out probably right now, right, Eldest? Yes. Special's out right now. Live from the Mothership on Netflix. Go watch it. It's hilarious. I love the stand-ups you did with Netflix. It was, I mean, you just had a lot of interesting stuff. So I'm excited to see the special, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad it's out.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
It's a long little journey.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it is always very, I don't know. It is always like nerve-wracking when you're waiting.
Oh,
for
yeah.
that shit to drop, and
because
like, it's in the can, and you can't talk shit.
You
can't really talk about it.
And you're not important. That's the other thing. Everyone talks to you like you important.
Of course.
But how they treat you is how you know.
The second the phone call ends, it's like, how hard is it to get them back on the phone call?
Right. Or what kind of snacks are at the snack table? You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely. If you see the kind of snacks you can get at like a recreation center, like an after school program, if you're seeing bagged goldfish, it's not looking good.
If there's no fresh squeezed juice, the CEO of Netflix does not know.
Twizzlers?
Yeah.
What do they think of me?
For real.
I need some prosciutto.
You just got Capri Suns and lunch meat.
Yeah, dude, I know. And we didn't even we did it ourselves and then just sold it to them. So I can't wait to maybe the next one we'll see, Eldest. We'll see what kind of snacks they set up. Yeah. Although I will say we had a nice setup snack-wise.
I feel like that's one place where this organization does not cut corners.
Right?
You're right, man. We are on it.
Yeah, I would be so disappointed if your snack.
No, dude. I literally have everyone laughs at this, but a rotisserie chicken is on my rider. There's always every green room I walk into. There is a hot roto waiting for me.
Do we have temperature requirements?
I need to start doing that because, dude, sometimes they will.
Last minute.
If I get a cold one, bro, or if I get a lukewarm. I need that shit fresh, dude. How hard is that, man?
Sometimes they get it and like leave it in the fridge.
Oh, that's despicable. Tough. What are you, my single mother?
Right.
That's literally like Sunday. Your mom's working a full weekend shift. You've picked through it. All the dark meat's gone. You have to make do with the part of the breast that sort of touches the dark meat that's a little chewier.
I always feel bad. I only have requirements at places that I've sold a lot of tickets.
The self-esteem is hilarious. Yeah.
Because I don't want to complain.
I'm with you too. I just started being like, oh, I guess I really should request these things.
Right.
Because comedy, you're always begging for stage time. You feel like they're doing you a favor.
I need water. You walk in. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this tap water?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was we made the rider when it was like we're doing theaters and look, comedy clubs, they have a kitchen. If you're starving, you have something to eat. But it was like, oh, these theaters don't have place to, they don't have the kitchen. So it's like, get a fucking rotisserie, get a couple Greek yogurts. It was more like if something happens and your plane is fucked up and you have to go straight to the venue, can you get a little something going. But then we went back to clubs to like warm up for shit. And I forgot to change the rider, so we're at the like Buffalo Helium, and the guy is just bringing me a full rotisserie. The guy had to go out, and we're also ordering. We're at a comedy club. We're ordering burgers and wings and shit.
They're judging the fuck out.
Oh, dude, it was like we're like, oh, the rotisserie's here. Can I have some buffalo bites also? And we were literally like picking apart the rotisserie. Like when you're a little kid trying to trick your parents into thinking you ate your vegetables, you just move the shit around. Oh, yeah. We were just like ripping off pieces of rotisserie chicken.
And I'll make real fat boy moves. I'll take those buffalo bites and I'll take the skin from the rotisserie. I'll wrap that buffalo right in the rotisserie.
Wow. You know, you were starting to say that, and it was, you know, when you hear a comic do a joke that you're jealous of, and you're like, why didn't I think of that? And you're like, that's the fat equivalent where I'm like, that was staring at me in the face this whole time, dude. And I never came up with that.
Yeah, dude, wrap any of the other food in the chicken skin, and you'll be like, oh man.
Now I've done a nice move, and we'll quote, we credit where credit's due when it comes to, again, jokes or fat shit. I will say whose idea this was. This is our old roommate, me and Elsa's old roommate, Ryan Shutt. Mm-hmm. He was not a fat man. He was a tall, lanky guy. He kind of introduced the concept of the Popeyes mashed potato gravy boat in some thigh skin. He ripped it off, and that I was like,
yeah, that's what.
Because I was never a big mashed potatoes guy at Popeyes, and then look, but now thinking of it as a dipping sauce. Opened up a whole new world to me.
New level. And then the next level of fat boy, like the Emperor, that's Darth Vader. The Emperor Palpatine level is when you get, because I've always struggled my weight back and forth, but you always fat up here.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? And so like there's a little bit of guilt around it. Or whatever. And what makes me feel the guilty is when I really slip into fat boy mode, and I UberEats from two places, so I can mix and match the things from each place.
Oh, like, brother.
Like I want the chicken fingers from Burger King, but I want the sauce from Chick-fil-A.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, like that kind of shit.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. That's when I was like, because the end of the tour, it was getting out of control. Right. Like what I was up to, like, what I was ordering.
Like what you eating tonight? Oh, chicken tikka masala fritters.
Yeah, I actually UberEats the hot plate and canola oil, and I deep fried in my hotel room. Dude, I had at one point at the end of the tour when it was just, I felt like it was like bacchanal. I was just like, I had 3 orders going where it was like 2 dinners and a dessert coming my way. Where it was like I literally wanted sushi, but I was like, but I want wings with, like, I was basically creating the plate you would get at a all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet, but I was creating it with UberEats, where I was like, I want sushi and lo mein, but I also want wings and fries. And this particular Asian fusion place didn't have wings. It wasn't that trashy, so I had to get wings outside, and then I was like, well, I need a little ice cream, too. And it was literally the plate I got. I realized later, I was like, beef lo mein, chicken wings, a couple sushi rolls, and then not soft serve ice cream, but ice cream. That is literally what I get when I go to a Chinese all-you-can-eat buffet.
You ever leave in your hotel room and you pass the maid that's got to clean it? And you can't even look her in the eye. You're like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely. Like one time, dude, I worked Plano. I worked Hyenas, and it was Valentine's Day weekend, and it was like, but what you don't realize is like, I was trying to get my room like freshened up because it was like, I was just like, what the, it was not a great hotel. And then you realize like we're in suburban Dallas the day after Valentine's Day. Okay. The amount of like trashy fucking that was happening in this shitty hotel. Like the maids like looked so overwhelmed, and still I would rather subject them to that than having to clean up after when there's like there's smeared chocolate on the bed on the bed sheet. Like it's like it would be better if I was into like weird like tantric sex shit with lube everywhere. They know how to handle that. They don't know how to handle the 5 different UberEats containers. and they're like, how many different crumbs is this?
And they don't have I don't know when this stopped, but there's no bathroom fans in hotel bathrooms anymore.
You're right.
And you can't open any windows either.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
So like all those smells are all mixed together. And it's not good. It's your BO plus all the shit you ate.
What you ate, the trash of it, and the farts it's generated. They're all coming together. And here's the other thing, that where you're really at the highest level of fat guy stuff, where you're levitating, is like, you used to think I have to finish everything, but then you're like, I'm just going to get so fat, I'm going to order like 10 things and have like a quarter of everything. So it's like, there's so much leftover, like, syrupy foods congealing. It's so fucked up.
Yeah, I feel bad about it.
I know.
But I leave a good tip.
I always tip big. Because I was like, I know what you're dealing with is huge. And sometimes I'll leave, some ice cream in the freezer. If there's a freezer, I'll leave some.
I thought I would get it together when I got successful, but I realized, this just made me become more of what I was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's not gonna help at all.
No, not even a little.
Then you're like, wait, this doesn't mean anything to me. No. I used to be hemmed in when I was a feature. I had to like walk to a 7-Eleven to like go crazy. Now it's like. Yeah. Okay.
And I was like,
$140 plus tip and fees for what I just ordered. I don't care. It's coming out of Eldis's pay.
Right.
Well, there goes Eldis's bonus this week.
But it's like, and I feel like I can't turn those receipts into my accountant because it's like, I don't want you asking about that.
Right.
You spent $20,000 on Uber Eats? No.
Well, I was conducting business meetings at 2 a.m.
Seamless.
Well, you know what? When it's me and you, it technically is. I'm showing appreciation to my tour manager. I simply had to get it. And then one time, didn't we Uber Eats a vape?
What?
Not a vape. One night I was like,
a charger to charge.
I tried to DoorDash like a USB-C charger because I had a weed vape on me, but it was out of battery,
bro. Oh my god! Thank God.
Thank God they didn't have it in stock.
I know. It was like 2 a.m.
Order, yeah.
I know. It was like that. I don't know what's more pathetic. It's like that or like just you've been rejected by 4 women and you're like, all right. The ugly bitch I was like, hell no to 5 hours ago. What's up, baby girl? Are you still awake? Want to come over and give me head while Eldest listens in the other room of our Airbnb?
Oh, shit.
You good, bro?
Oh, I think I accidentally set off my I actually set off the emergency.
Oh shit! We were about to get swatted. Yeah, man. Okay. So were you a fat child as well?
Nah, I was.
Because you grew up. Our listeners probably don't know, but you were like in foster care a lot. You were like in some chaotic environment. So I figure like it must have been hard to stay fat. I was gonna.
No, I was not a fat child.
Okay,
but I was never really like ripped, and then the Marine Corps made me real insecure about because there you don't got to be fat to be fat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's not the Army; it's the Marines. These motherfuckers are like because I did shows in way back in the day before I even moved to New York. I randomly got to do these like really low level USO shows in Korea and Japan, and it didn't pay shit, but they're like, hey. You're broke. It's a free trip to Japan and Korea. And at the time, it's like I was like, oh, I'll never be able to afford
and you're
this.
doing something for the heroes.
Yeah, right. That was my stance. I was like, and I was shocked because like you would see you go to the Army base, then you go to the Marine base, and there was like a group of Marines that were like. The most jacked guys you've ever seen in your fucking life. Right. Although I will say I was also shocked where it was like there's this elite group where you're like I could see them giving you body dysmorphia, but then there was a lot of just regular motherfuckers. I was shocked to see how many just regular
and then
guys.
The occasional fat motherfucker where you're like, how are you? Yeah. You don't look dangerous.
That I respect even more. To be able to stay fat in the Marines, I tip my cap to anyone who does that.
You really gotta knock it because you're gonna put up with. Like verbal. I mean, it's probably different now where you probably can't say nothing, but people were just all the time fat ass.
I'm positive that woke culture hasn't really trickled down to the Marines yet.
Well, no, but not to the extent that it is in the civilian world. Right. But I'm sure relative to what. I'm sure they're not happy about.
Like, you can't waterboard a fat Marine with like melted cinnamon roll icing anymore.
And you definitely. It's like if your lieutenant is trans, you got to use her proper. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's how the Army is adjusting to the times. They're also raping trans women now. They're like, hey, look, women are women. We have to sexually assault them just the way we do the rest of them.
They're like, you identify as what? Oh, woman? Oh, we don't believe you. Yeah. We don't believe you.
Fuck. Yeah. So that kind of got you to like. So you were just kind of chubby, and then you're like, damn, I'm in the Marines. I gotta get it a little. So did you get like jacked while you were there or no?
Oh, I was huge.
Really?
But I was never like ripped. But I was fucking strong.
But strong as hell. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was never. But when you do when they do those little tests at the end of the year, you know, when they do your body fat percentage and all that, like, you're fat. I'm like, no, but I'm jacked. They're like, you're fat.
Yeah, the Marines treat men the way like sororities in the 70s treated women. They're like circling the fat
like
on your body.
Like the way a modeling agency.
Yeah.
Treats gay men.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's basically RuPaul's Drag Race. Your sergeant is basically that bitch on Ozempic. What's her name? RuPaul's white friend. Do you remember her?
Yeah, they're like, man, you're goddamn good at your job. You could probably keep a lot of people alive and help us accomplish plenty of missions. Too bad you're a fat piece of shit.
That's fuck. Yeah, that is so. That's fucking wild. And how long did you go straight to the Marines when you enlisted, or would you go? I don't know how that even works. You chose Marines.
Yeah.
Because you basically like, I'm assuming.
Well, that wasn't my first choice.
Okay.
But the Air Force wouldn't take me.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, that's the cushy life.
The Air Force is what you want?
Yeah. Yeah, because I know they're not going to die.
No, yeah.
Like, when's the last time you heard of an Air Force person dying? I put it to you like this.
You're right.
So, you know, fast forward to the future, years later, I'm doing comedy. I moved to L.A. I'm homeless.
Wow, okay.
I'm living in a homeless shelter for veterans.
Uh-huh.
And that was my third shelter.
Okay.
So I've been to a few, but I made my way into like the nicest shelter.
Yeah.
And in none of those,
it's about who you know. You know, it's politics, just like anything else.
It really is. But in all,
he's a nepo homeless guy. His dad was homeless at this nice shelter.
Because if you homeless because you crazy, you got no hope.
Right, that's the lowest for sure. Yeah, veterans, but you got to have your paperwork. You got to
go. You want to go to the nice one? You got to fax.
Yeah.
If you can't get to a fax machine,
yes. Homeless, but still like have an email account, like and like pictures of you in uniform.
Didn't see a single Air Force person in those places.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, I'm not sending that out there.
Yeah.
But I ain't never met one.
They're in Hawaii, dude. You know, they're chilling.
Yeah, you know, pretty good.
Are they? Is Air Force the ones that do drones now, or who does drones?
I think
everyone gets their own drones.
The Navy,
nice.
Everybody got drones.
Yeah. Because Navy, Top Gun is technically the Navy, isn't it? They got their own pilots. I know that's not real life, but
no, I think it used to be.
Okay.
Yeah. So the way I was stationed in Miramar, which used to be a Navy base, which used to be where Top Gun was.
Oh, sick.
So I'm not sure if Top Gun still exists or if it's somewhere different now.
That's fucking awesome. Where's Miramar?
Miss San Diego.
San Diego. Gotcha.
Yeah, I had the cushy life.
Yeah. Ooh, San Diego. So I'm assuming did you enlist like as soon as you were 18? Because you were in foster care. Like, was it like a let's get the fuck out of this type of thing? So because the Army, from what I understand, the armed forces, it's like, oh, are you our most vulnerable? Come on through.
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, let me escape the foster care system, or if you're poor, it's like
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
like, I want to make my own choices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm tired of the government controlling me.
So what was it? Because like we had Monroe on here, who he was also a foster kid, and it was like, but was it? I think did you have any like connect? Like, were you like staying with different families? Were you like with your family at all? Was it like your family getting assistance?
It was back and forth.
Okay.
So I probably moved like 14 times or something.
Damn.
Like that. Yeah, so I went from like
starting at like age what?
Starting at 6.
Okay, damn.
And it was It was foster care, family. I mean, it was foster care that was family. Then out of that with family. Then back into foster care. Then
just random whoever.
Yeah. Then foster home, foster home, foster home, foster home, family, foster home, group home, foster home, family, Marine Corps.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane that the Army gave you like, you're like, I just need a nice something.
Some stability.
Yeah, let me just something where I don't have to work. Like it's crazy that it's like but I get it. I totally understand because stability is definitely what you were craving. And if nothing else, you would assume that the Army could at least give you like, all right, you know where you're gonna live for at least a little while.
Yeah, it's the only time I ever lived somewhere for like that long.
Wow.
But it was definitely not for me.
The Army. I'm sorry, the military.
And I definitely wouldn't send my kids.
Yeah, of course not.
No.
No, it's if you have no other choice. Like right. It's like
that would be my advice. Like if you ain't got no other shit going on, you should do that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, if you 18 and you lost, like basically if you 18, you don't know what your future gonna be. You didn't get into college, and your parents don't have something to pass on to you. Know there's no inheritance.
There's no even the shitty business, not even like a 99-cent store that you can inherit.
They don't even got plans.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Yeah.
But if you got, what always tripped me out was every now and then you meet like a rich kid that would join, almost like in defiance of their fathers. Right. I'll show you, Dad. I don't need your fucking money.
Right.
It's like, oh, you dumb as shit. You dumb as shit.
Yeah, Eldest for a while was talking about going to the Army for the discipline.
Yeah. I think I could use the life discipline.
Just
get on a little routine.
You're so fucking stupid. It's crazy.
You better off like joining the Nation of Islam or something.
He is Albanian.
I am Albanian.
White Muslims, some of the finest white Muslims there are.
You want discipline. Dude, I just seen a video of an old white lady that was like a Muslim.
That's awesome.
She was arguing with a dude in the supermarket.
That's crazy.
She was like, yeah, Allah Akbar. I was like, wow.
Yeah. You could get in there, Eldest.
They'll take you.
Become religious, dude. That's better than this.
Maybe.
I could totally see you having a weird turn.
I'm open to anything. I think I'm past the age of the Army officially, but I think in case.
How old are you?
35. But I think there's age waivers.
You're going to apply for a waiver, dude?
No, but
they're like, well, anytime we get this specimen, this flat-footed man shaped like a giant like a WNBA power forward.
I'm pretty sure the waiver's cut off at 35.
Uh-oh.
But also, you'd have to be in tremendous shape.
Well, I turn 36 next February, so
all right, man. You gotta get in shape fast, dude, and get the paperwork rolling. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. You're so dumb, Eldest. Damn. So then immediately, is it like kind of nice? Like what did it feel like when you're like, oh, this is cool? Because also a hilarious detail is that the date you enlisted is so funny. Right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, this motherfucker. Why don't you tell our listeners?
I enlisted in March of 2001. so 6 months.
I mean, that's brutal.
So brutal.
6 months of the good old Clinton years, just. The biggest problem we had was that he put a cigar in some fucking lady in a girl's pussy, and then again, some Slavs were getting bombed. Who cares? But oh my god, dude!
And I remember losing the bet too about like whether it because I still thought it wasn't gonna happen.
What?
Like I remember because I was in.
Oh, you mean when the Army gave everyone a heads up that Bush was doing 9/11? You were like that when they sent out the memo, like, all right, guys, just mind your P's and Q's. It's going down September 11th.
like after 9/11, I think we was already.
Oh, you mean the invasion?
Yeah, we was already in
Iraq.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in Kuwait, waiting. Like we're all waiting.
Of course.
They're like, are we gonna go? Are we not gonna go? You know, and I bet a lot of people. I lost like $300.
Wow, dude!
I didn't pay everybody though. I still owe somebody like $50. but I was like, no, come on, ain't no motherfucking way.
Yeah.
Way, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's fucking with a burger. They gonna surrender. They gonna give into our demands. I was so fucking wrong.
Yeah, dude. So you were in Iraq, right?
Yeah.
Damn. So you're like, so when they're like, all right, we're going to war, you and your boys were in there.
Yep.
Damn.
And it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
These people that like glorify it sucks. Even at the height, because like when I went, it was like the beginning, so it was like that's when
shock and awe, dropping bombs and shit.
But I just mean we because I wasn't on the front line.
Right.
But we digging holes to shit in, and we still eating the MREs.
Yeah.
But now they by the time you leave, there's a mall and there's KFC and there's an internet cafe.
Right.
And even that, even in them. So on my second deployment, it was way nicer than the first time. But it still sucks.
Yeah, dude.
And some of these people, they want glory so bad, they violent because they can come and ask for volunteers. Like, I ain't volunteering for shit. And I'm trying to tell the youngers, like, hey, put your motherfucking hand down.
Dude, that must have been hilarious though, because you enlisted in March 20, of 2001, and so it must have been a lot of people that were just like in maybe similar to your situation, or just like, hey, I mean, it was up until then, we had a stretch of the most like peace that had been so you must so like in 6 months the people that you enlisted with and the people that you knew for that from March to fucking August 2001, September 11th happens, you must have gotten a wave of like all these like I'm doing it for the country type motherfuckers, right?
There's a lot of them. I mean, because 9/11 happened while I was in school, like in the military, in the A school for my job, and I was in the tech school, so it's like not all, but like a lot of the tech jobs are in 29 Palms to go to school for whatever they're there, whatever tech they're. And all of us were like, we're going to get in, do my little 4 years. Get out, have some experience, get a nice little corporate job. And then slowly but surely you get all these gung-ho motherfuckers. It's like, let's kill, I forget what was the racist name for the enemy. You ever notice that all slurs come from people we was at war with?
Right. It starts that way.
Yeah, they all come from that. Like because you have to dehumanize them,
of course.
So it's fun to kill them. What I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like anytime we go to war with people, we make up a name for them.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there were lots of primo slurs flying around.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, they were like, it's crazy how it's funny. It is kind of interesting to have lived through history because we didn't understand it, I think, until kind of recently, because now it's like there's really a true first generation of people that were born after 9/11 that are like true adults, right? We're talking like 20-year-olds, 20 like what is
9/11 is history to them.
To them, it's history, and it's like it is so interesting to live through it because it's like describing shit like that to them, where you're like, dude, you want to talk about jingoism and like patriotism and nationalism. Like my father is a Greek immigrant who refused to become an American citizen, right? Like does not speak English very well. Always talks about what a mistake it was to come to America. This motherfucker had an American flag. After 9/11. It was like everyone was like, fuck yeah, we love America. It was like the weirdest, most like, I think it was the last gasp of like whatever people were like that World War II shit, where it was like, because at the very beginning you are so scared. They do such a good job of propaganda of like, this is gonna happen everywhere. These people are fucking evil. They hate, whatever. And I'm like, I was like, what? We were in 7th grade when 9/11 happened. So it's like you're a dumbass little kid, and it's like slowly. Like when they're starting to talk about going into Iraq, and I'm like probably in 8th or 9th grade, I'm like, wait a second. This is kind of bullshit. like that's creeping in, but it doesn't fully take over. And like I can't imagine what the fucking armed forces were like in that. Like, cause
we bought into it all.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody's like, oh yeah, we're going to deliver some freedom. I mean, look, the smarter people figured it out sooner.
Of course.
I
mean, what were the vibes like? Because I remember being like, it was really weird in 7th grade French class. I can't imagine what it felt like in Army class.
Well, no, because I remember. So the first time I went, we were just doing our jobs.
Yeah.
But my second deployment.
I mean like the day of 9/11 in school. What did that feel like? When people were like, "Oh fuck,"
well,
people were like, "Damn, my life's different."
At first, it was like, "Oh, this is World War III."
Oh, right.
Because we didn't know, nobody had claimed responsibility, so it was just like, "Oh shit!" Like, it could be anybody. Is that Russia? Is that China?
Right.
It's like, because this one of them, that's World War III. Because I didn't know that Arabs hated us.
Yeah.
I didn't know that we fucked over brown people. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a high school dropout. I don't know shit about anything. You know what I mean? Dude. So it was easy to believe, but I just thought so logically. I was like, But at first, like I said, I bought it all. I was like, oh yeah, but they attacked our freedom.
Yeah.
Time
to go.
For whatever reason, that made perfect sense to a lot of people.
Of course. It's easy. It's simple.
No, they hate you because you're free.
Yeah. Yeah. You, the guy who barely has any money and had to go to the army to survive or stay in the foster care system where if everyone is pretty much guaranteed to get molested and barely get an education.
Right.
Every member of this society has freedom. It's so funny to think that shit. And we all, everyone sort of did at first.
They're like, they hate you because you're free. I'm like, but aren't they free?
Yeah. Yeah.
No? Or why aren't they attacking the people that's making them not free? Is it us?
Yeah.
Are we contributing somehow to their lack of freedom?
Yeah,
it didn't make it, but I didn't think that deep.
Of course.
It's like, why would
of course.
That was the last time. That was the last. We were the last generation to go. Why would the government lie?
Right.
All of them.
Why
would the president lie?
Yeah. The president's trying to keep us safe.
Like about blowjob, sure, but that's his personal.
That's him, dude. He's trying to blow off steam.
Why would they tell lies that cost lives?
Yeah.
Now that's so laughable. Now you're right. This is whole young generation that now you can't lie. Now the truth. People don't trust anything.
Yeah.
That was the death of truth. It was Now we don't know what truth. Motherfuckers don't trust scientists.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. You don't trust scientists, preachers, or government officials.
No, it does. You're right. That is, at first I was like, oh, that sounds cool, but it's almost scary to be completely post-truth and completely post, because it's like, all right, we'll just make up whatever the fuck we want.
I don't know what's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't try. I mean, you're right. It is the generation that lived through all this shit. So it's like, to go from 9/11 to from 9/11 when we're young to
because everybody you're supposed to trust lied. They're like, oh, Bill Clinton lied. He got his dick sucked, and then then they're like, well, Fauci lied. Was Al Gore lying about global warming? Maybe.
Right.
Or the oil company
everything's
lied.
on the table.
Yeah. That's that one senator from Alaska. He lied. He was doing gay shit in the airport bathroom.
That's one of the most classic senator lies there is, though.
Yeah.
Republican senators love to lie about being gay.
And then it turns out everybody partying with Puff Daddy.
Yeah. Oh, that is interesting. The Diddy stuff is really. He really seems to be a gay supervillain.
The most crazy part about all of that is that there is this very specific brand of homophobia,
right?
That's deeply embedded in hip hop,
of course.
And Puffy is such an integral part of hip hop,
right.
So to be because at that point, it's not even a matter of is he gay? It's just he's just rich and powerful,
right. It's he's evil, and making the most homophobic guys, black cool rappers, do gay shit is the most powerful thing you can do.
He's like Caligula.
Yeah. You've stripped the toughest dudes of their humanity. It's he's basically he's the black Hillary Clinton if you think about it.
You want to hit? You want to hit?
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being that guy and then you looking around did y'all do this?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. If some comes out that would be. I would be shocked if some Diddy also seems kind of Machiavellian, where it's you can kind of trace back. It's everyone around him just kind of dies or disappears or
Yeah. And what movie did Diddy play a villain in? Was it Carlito's Way? No, it was
no, not Carlito's
Paid in Full. No, what movie?
I don't remember.
Monsters Ball? Not a villain.
But he wasn't a villain in that. No, but he
pull up his IMDb.
Yeah, he played a villain in a movie, and he
Get Him to the Greek.
He fucking nailed it.
I don't remember. Yeah, I feel I don't remember him. I really don't remember his acting career, except for Bad Boys 2. I literally remember him Get Him to the Greek.
This was a black movie. This was a gangster movie.
So he must have
No. You just go to the list of movies.
Yeah, go to his. What are you doing? Not producer, just act. Yep, click up.
Yeah, just actor. Yeah. No, way before that.
Girls Trip.
No, it's before that. Before Blackish.
I didn't realize he acted this much.
Yeah, he's in a lot of shit.
WrestleMania. He was in It's Always Sunny.
Oh yeah.
Hawaii 5-0.
He's in a lot of shit. Dirty Money. Everything's called Diddy something. Okay, I'm still here. No. It definitely was not a movie that had Diddy in the title.
Yeah. There's a lot of these are just music videos. Elvis.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why is this in his acting? Carlito's Way.
Oh, Rise to Power.
Yeah, Carlito's Way. Yeah.
I never saw Rise to Power. I saw obviously the original. That's a fucking banger.
Yeah, so I think he was in the original too, but I could be wrong.
No, he wasn't. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, maybe I'm
whatever.
Okay, but the point is, he played this villain so perfectly. That is like, he really is like, he's Thanos, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is interesting anytime some shit about evil, powerful people comes out. It just is fascinating.
No one is surprised.
The thing is, I do feel like it will stay secret because no one wants to admit they sucked P. Diddy's dick. You know what I mean? Like fucking Meek Mill doesn't want. I mean, Meek Mill being like, dude, how could I be gay? I love pussy. That's one of the. That is actually Republican senator coded right there. Where it's like, yeah, dude, no way.
Yeah, but it's almost like you don't have to prove. You have to prove stuff. I mean, your lyrics sound different to everybody.
Well, he doesn't rap. I mean, everything was ghostwritten for him. I'm pretty sure.
Who, for Meek Mill?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
P. Diddy. Oh yeah. Well, of course. Yeah.
Anyway, fuck P. Diddy. Who gives a fuck?
He don't write rhymes. He writes checks.
So how long did you have to serve for though, dude?
I did 5 years.
5 years. How many tours is that? Two.
Yeah.
Okay, damn.
But I was thinking when I wasn't deployed, I was in San Diego the whole time.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's why I got the fuck out. I was like, it's not gonna get better than that.
Yeah.
No, get stuck in Japan or fucking
totally
North Carolina.
Yeah, San Diego's a nice draw, and it's like a military town too. So people people kind of like it's part of the culture there.
It's like a military town, but also a hippie town. It's also I think it's the most expensive city in America.
Interesting. Right? Yeah, I mean the vibes were really fucking weird when I was there because I was like, oh yeah, this is like hippie but like conservative.
Well, it's run.
It's like hippies that would 100% exterminate the homeless.
It's a bunch of rich conservatives, but all their kids are liberals. So it's like all the politicians are conservative, but all the inhabitants.
Those kids don't stay liberal for long. No. Rich people's kids do not stay liberal. When push comes to shove, they're like,
There's a bunch of them niggas.
Once they buy a house and they're like, these fucking poor people are on my stoop. They switch up very quickly.
Once they make it out of the crust punk phase.
yeah. The one shower and now all of a sudden they're moderate Republicans. Right. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess the weather's nice, but I did not enjoy the vibes of San Diego.
It was the first place I'd ever been where complete strangers would share their drugs with you. and I mean, I guess, and now I realize that that's kind of more of a California thing.
Yeah, sure.
But San Diego's my first place in California, and I just couldn't believe it. Like people were just like, "Hey."
So did you have? That's to me. It's like you must have had such whiplash of like you go from like because you grew up. Was it Maryland that you were in? You grew up in Peach County, whatever, and so you're in like the Maryland like. System.
Well, I started out in the DC system.
Okay, DC. Even crazier.
And then went into the Maryland.
Gotcha. But either way, it's like you're from there, and then you're in like you enlist, and you go to San Diego, and it's like life is kind of nice for a while.
Life is real nice.
Yeah.
I mean, when I moved to San Diego, I knew that I would never live in the DMV again.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
My family, when you coming home? I'm home already.
Yeah. So then you go to San Diego, and then and then it's Iraq. Like, does it go from like San Diego to Iraq?
No, it went Maryland and then 29 Palms.
Gotcha.
Which is a shithole.
Okay.
For school for like 11 months.
Okay.
Then San Diego. So yeah, it went Maryland, the desert, San Diego, then Iraq.
Damn.
Then back to San Diego. Then back to Virginia. I worked at the Pentagon for a little bit.
Oh, really?
And then back to San Diego.
Gotcha. When you were out, you worked at the Pentagon?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that was that.
And you were thinking this might be my career?
Yeah, actually, I skipped some. But before that, I was in Oregon. I worked at Intel for a little while.
Gotcha. Interesting.
And they but those two jobs back to back, the Intel and the Pentagon.
Were you doing computer shit in the Army?
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
those were the best jobs I'd ever had. And that's how I knew that like I couldn't do a corporate job.
Interesting.
Because I was making great money. I was single. I had great hours, great work days, but I was fucking miserable.
Really?
I fucking hated every single day of
Interesting. Of just the job?
Yeah, like I never walked in the job and was like, oh, this is so great.
Yeah.
I fucking hated it.
That's so interesting because it's like you think somebody who like, had your whole life until then was chaotic.
Right.
Pure chaos. So you would think the assumption I would have is that like you get a good job and yeah, jobs suck dick. Every job sucks, but it's like you got a good paycheck. You probably have your own place. You probably get to buy shit for the first time in your life.
But you know what it was? You know what I figured out now after all this time of like thinking about it? I think the foster kid thing made me develop, like I have this strong rebellion against being controlled. And because I have this deep-seated fear of somebody being in charge of me that I don't respect.
Right.
That I don't trust. It's almost like getting sent to a foster home that has fucked up parents.
Right.
And you're like, well,
and once you give in to that, when you're like, all right, I'm sort of like giving into this. I'm trusting you, and then they can pull the fucking rug out from under you at any time.
Yeah, it's like my boss at one spot was a racist, and my boss at the other spot was an alcoholic, like severe alcoholic.
Yeah.
And
both at the Pentagon. No.
I'm not
checks out. Either of those, I wouldn't be surprised if that was like the guy running the military.
But it's like I was just over that shit. I have to be in charge.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with everything. Like
I get that.
I try to do. Right now I'm on my third podcast, but this is the first one where it's just mine.
Gotcha.
BS with Brian Simpson, available on all platforms.
Check it out, folks.
Yeah, but before that, I try to do them with people. And
right.
It's like, I can't do that.
I get that.
Because I don't even. Not only don't I want anyone in charge of me, but I want control.
Dude, I fully understand.
I don't want to run nothing by you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On the creative tip, is like
something as easy as scheduling. You want to do whenever the fuck you feel like.
I'm not trying to debate with you about what's a good idea. I'm the ideas guy.
You know right. I mean? And ultimately, there is some like comfort because I feel I definitely relate to that. I mean, like Cumtown was I walked away from like $25,000 a month.
Oh my god!
Because I was just like, I had that same thing of like. This is, there was some like, I think artistically we were all kind of feeling it was getting a little stale for all of us, but still, I was just like, at the end of the day, I was like, I'd like to do whatever, just be my thing where I control the schedule, I control whatever. And it's like, look, if it fails, great. But I at least know that I gave it a shot. Like, there's a comfort in it going as far as you can take you. Like, I don't really want to hitch on to anything. I want to, like, let me do my own shit and just be in control of it. And then, like, and there's, like, almost like I can sleep better at night knowing it was my thing. I don't know. There's like a weird. I'm with you because it's illogical, right?
Yeah.
Both of us were probably wrong at times in our lives when we made those decisions, and it's just because that's how our fucking psychology works. Where it's like I just kind of need control.
Yeah, but you know what? Like you don't know if you're gonna be right or wrong. But but growing up and having people that are not your parents make long-term choices for you, where they not gonna be around,
yeah. They're not gonna be around
because they don't know if it's right either. They doing what they think is best, but if they wrong, they don't got to deal with it.
Right.
So it's like I'd rather do what the fuck I want, and if I'm wrong, then fine.
Right. Totally.
But fuck doing what you want. Fuck doing what you think is best.
And then that thinking took you from Intel to it sounds like a couple homeless shelters.
Right. And in hindsight, I was like, what a stupid idea. Like, because I thought because I started comedy in San Diego.
Okay.
And I thought, my plan is I'm just gonna go to LA, and I'm just gonna kind of meander from couch to couch.
Yeah.
Until and it's only a matter of time before somebody with power sees how fucked much of a beast I am.
Yeah.
But I had two things working against me. The job I thought I was a shoo-in to get, I did not get. So I had been in San Diego. I had been a security guy at the comedy club for 4 years, and there was just a shooting at the Comedy Store in L.A.
Gotcha.
And I was like, and they was starting to hire security, and I was like, well, there's definitely.
I mean,
no
that is
one else
crazy that you wouldn't get that
comedy
job.
club security. No, but it was the fact that I was a comic. They didn't want to hire me as security. They didn't want to hire any comics because you always gone. You always on the road.
I see.
You're
a fucking Marine who worked
who
works comedy club security.
It's so crazy.
Also, don't they now hire everyone to be comic? Everyone they're door guys.
No. So the door guys have always been there. But
Gotcha.
Security
gotcha,
people was a new thing.
I see.
And so that fell through, and I had severe undiagnosed, untreated sleep apnea.
Oh, dude.
And I'm talking about to the point where like
you would nod off in the middle of the day and
like
shit.
I'm sure my friends would. No one would say it to me, but I'm sure they talked about it when I wasn't.
Yeah. Eldest has that. Oh, I remember whenever we've slept in the same room, it's like.
Right. And one day, my boy Billy, I don't know if you know Billy Bonnell, but also veteran Navy.
Okay.
Guy. But I was crashing on their couch, and he was like, "Hey man, has anyone ever told you snore?" And I was like, "Yeah, every now and then, but not really." He was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, but yeah." It's like maybe my ex used to say it a lot. He's like, "Yeah." And then like he's sipping his coffee, and he was like, "Has anybody ever told you that you snore so obnoxiously loud that they've thought about bashing you in the fucking skull?"
It's awesome to be a couch surfer who's the most annoying sleeper of all time.
Oh man,
you're just ruining everyone's fucking rest.
You can't help it. That's why, like same thing on plane. Like now I got the little machine and the little travel joint.
You put them on the plane because I got sleep apnea.
It's like having a shitty time machine. Like you just wake up and people are mad at you.
Yeah, you're groggy. Yeah. You feel like shit.
It was 1 o'clock. Now it's 5 o'clock and everyone's pissed.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Totally.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
But that got me where I had this ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
Me just going couch.
Right, because of the apnea.
Yeah. So I went to the VA, and let me tell you this too. So I was only literally like on the street for a couple days, but the hardest part. Or let me not say that, but the part that people don't think about being homeless, like a difficulty, is carrying all your stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can't leave it nowhere.
Those shopping carts don't seem so ridiculous now.
Yeah, I get total forgiveness of carts. Take your cart, man, because you can't. You always in situations where you can't bring your shit inside and you can't leave it outside.
Right.
So you definitely can't leave it like right here and go uptown to run errands and come back. You got to take all your stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Like imagine that if you just had to break your life down to the essentials, like only the shit you needed, but you had to carry it everywhere
constantly. Yeah, that'd be brutal.
Yeah, bro. And I mean 1 or 2 days of that, and I was like, because I was walking to the VA, I finally made it to that motherfucker. I was like, I don't got nowhere to live. Yeah. There was a whole thing, and that shit's all a scam. Anyway,
interesting.
All these homeless shelters and shit, that shit's all a scam.
Yeah.
It's all a non-profit scam.
I know, it's so ridiculous that it's like all this people put money into this problem that gets filtered through all these organizations. It's like literally buy houses and put people in them,
or just give people money.
Yeah,
like I forget I just watched a video about the thing in Los Angeles about how like the money that they put into the homeless initiative, how it went up to like $1.5 billion down from $500 million.
Yeah,
and then homelessness doubled.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like and it's like it would cost them less than the $500 million just to give all the homeless people money.
I know, but God forbid somebody gets some. It's like everyone in America is like, no, my life sucks dick and their life has to suck dick too. I need that money. Give me the money. It's like, okay, you can have some too.
And you know what
we have it,
bro. It's mad ideological, right? Because I'm always doing these Austin crowds, and it's mostly white people.
Yeah,
But a lot of, and this goes liberal and conservative, both think like this. Like, I don't want to fucking give nobody a free ride. But if you it's just ideological, because if you word it differently, so what I would do on stage sometimes is I go, because you've been a Mothership.
Yeah.
It's on 6th Street, and 6th Street
It's insane.
in Austin is where the homeless.
It's homeless as hell.
But it's where the shelter is. It's like where they come every day to get, whatever handout, bread or whatever the fuck, right? So all the homelessness is concentrated around that street. So if you come to 6th Street to party, you deal with it all the time.
Yeah.
So everyone is like, so you could be like, hey, so the homeless people out here, right? And people go, yeah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I go, yo, if I told you that if I got $1 from everybody in this room, you would never see another homeless person on 6th Street. Would you take it? Everybody, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. And I was like, well, actually, it's 5 cents and it's taxes. Yeah. And they're like, well, I don't fucking know about taxes. And it's like the cognitive dissonance. Like, I know. Like some people are just so dedicated to their ideology that they will even say they don't want what they just said they want.
Of course. Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like,
totally.
For a nickel.
Yeah.
For a nickel of your money.
Yeah.
You would never have to see another homeless person on 6th Street.
But they would have IKEA furniture though.
Right.
What the hell?
It's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I just feel like, and I don't know what political leaning this makes me, but I just feel like if we have a problem that can legit be solved by money, as the richest democratic nation, we shouldn't have that problem.
It's of course. I mean, it's so shameful that we have
our empire is going to dissolve just based on apathy.
I know, and well, it's like I mean, it's just classic political stuff of like it is like just distract people with. The trans issue is a big thing now where people are villainizing these people who are barely any percentage of who we are. It's like it's so few people in the grand scheme of things. But it's like an old conservative playbook of like before it was like, interracial marriage, now it's trans people. It used to be gay marriage. It used to be interracial marriage. It used to just be fucking segregation. It's like so clearly the like just hate on the people that it's just like distract people. Get them to vote on these ideological things so that they don't vote economically. It's like just such a classic part of the playbook. And I do think homelessness fits under that, where it's like you feel sort of superior to, some of these people feel superior to them. Yeah. And it's like no one wants to give. And there's like the idea of a handout being this negative thing where it's like that's what a government basically is. It's like pooling your resources and making sure we have all our shit covered. But the second it becomes like someone you think is not worthy of it, with someone that you think is like less than, like a homeless person or whatever, you can never. People can't fathom themselves getting that. Low.
The truth is, because this is the same benefit. This is the same thought process behind like Jim Crow and like the systemic racism and shit, was that like the whole point of the Jim Crow era was in order to, because it was around the same time as industrialization,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like to be able to keep taking advantage of poor whites, you had to give them someone that they knew for sure they were better than.
Right.
So that was the whole. Yeah. That was the whole. Yeah. These rich motherfuckers. I don't even think they really racist. But they stoke the racism because they get to keep taking advantage of poor whites because that's the majority, right?
Totally.
So as long as you better than niggas, then you don't care that I'm paying. You don't care that I'm paying you. $2 an hour because the black man gets 25 cents.
Right. If there was an equalization of homeless people, if like everyone got some kind of baseline, like then the poorest people in society would be like, oh well, I'm equal to homeless people now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They somebody just did like a survey where they asked a bunch of people, like, would you rather have a job where you make $100,000 a year, but everyone else at your job makes $120,000, or would you rather have a job where you make $70,000, but everybody else makes $60,000?
That's insane.
And the majority of people took the 70.
That's so crazy.
But that's how we. That's
this is about hierarchy, and it's about like it's not really about the actual material resources.
Well, because that's what being rich is, right? Being rich,
right. You're right.
Being rich,
it's relative.
Yeah, it's what can I do that you can't.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like, and I found myself, and I'm not even really rich. I'm, you know what I'm saying, like I'm doing better than before. But when I waste money on rich people things, I get more bent out of shape when it's not better than everybody else.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm in a nice hotel now, it's got to be good. Yeah. Whereas like in the past,
or like if I spend the extra $500 on a first class seat, and then the goddamn tray table don't come out. And I'm like, hey, bitch, excuse me.
Yeah.
I need you to make a note of this in my file so I can be like, because this
I need more points for this.
Well, this is not better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the people in Comfort Plus looking at me with jealousy.
It's not, I need them to suffer.
Yeah.
I need to know, exactly. Where it's like,
excuse me, this bitch got a lot of leg room.
Yeah. Can we move my chair back? Can you actually put my luggage in her leg room, actually?
Yeah, so it's like, that's what it is, man. It's taking advantage of that psychological thing where you need to feel superior to other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because because they even did it with slaves, where it was the house slaves and the field slaves, and it's like, oh, you working in the house, you know?
Right. Oh yeah, the divide and conquer at every level.
Yeah,
just is crazy.
You use superiority against people.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to solve homelessness today, but very good points, Brian. Brian, who is sitting next to me right now, would you like some Liquid Death? Oh, he's really drinking a lot of it, folks. That's enough, pal. More for me. Guys, I love Liquid Death. You know that. They're a long-time sponsor here. And you're probably looking at this thing and you're thinking, what is that, a brewski? What is this guy drinking booze? I thought Stav said he was sober. I am. We're on 2 months sobriety now. Nothing, no drinkies, no druggies, nothing. And Liquid Death has helped me all the way with that. They got beautiful spring waters that quench your thirst, murder your thirst. And they have very low-calorie sodas and iced teas. I'm a big iced tea guy. I'm a big Grim Leafer guy. I'm a big Armless Palmer guy. I love that shit, and I think you will love it too. We crack them open. We go through these cases like you wouldn't believe. So much so that, yes, I'm in Baltimore right now. These aren't even the ones Liquid Death sent me. I bought these out of my own pocket, you motherfuckers. That ought to tell you how much I appreciate the product. They rule. They're recyclable. Metal's actually recyclable. Did you know that? I'm trying to be more conscious, too, of the world now. And apparently, plastic, orcas are they're putting up fucking... Every plastic bottle you drink ends up in a whale's pussy. I don't know if you know that. And their babies come out all fucked up and shit thanks to how much plastic you drink. But you don't got to worry about that. Liquid Death, the metal. This metal that you're seeing here is going to get recycled. It might be made into a nice butt plug, and that goes into somebody's ass on purpose. Not by accident and fucking up nature. So listen, folks, you can get free shipping of Liquid Death's mountain water, flavored sparkling and iced tea 8-packs with Amazon Prime, or grab a can or a case at your local 7-Eleven, Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, or on Instacart. Me, I'm a bougie bitch. I've been getting them at Whole Foods. I'm probably paying a little too much. Go to liquiddeath.com/Stavvy to check out all their healthy, infinitely recyclable beverages and find your closest retailer. That's liquiddeath.com/Stavvy, liquiddeath.com/Stavvy. And it's not just Liquid Death I've been consuming and enjoying. No, it's also been ExpressVPN. I love ExpressVPN. I'm here in Baltimore. I'm trying to get in touch with myself. Okay, I'm trying to lose a couple lbs. We're down a few. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Most of my days consist of working out, taking long walks, eating healthy, and watching a lot of TV. I've been watching a lot of shit. And I don't know if you know this, but ExpressVPN is you have an incredible opportunity to watch all types of TV and movies that you get from all over the world. You can change your location with ExpressVPN. You get these fucking dorks. Maybe you're in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. With ExpressVPN, you click a couple buttons. As far as they fucking know, you're in Great Britain, my friend. You're fucking checking out British television. And honestly, I personally have been doing that. I've been using ExpressVPN
to tell my internet that I'm in London and I've been watching Stathlets Flats. They took it off HBO Max in America, but you can find it on Apple TV in England, you fucking idiots. That's right. I've been using it to get away around sporting events that are blacked out in Baltimore too. I don't give a fuck. I love ExpressVPN, and it's so easy. I'm stupid, right? I don't know how to do, I don't know how to do technology. ExpressVPN walks you through the whole thing. I sign up, you download it on your computer. This computer right here, as a matter of fact, and you just click. Literally, you press. There's a drop-down menu, and you just type in England. Bam, Italy. You want to watch some motherfuckers cook spaghetti? Italy. You want to watch international soccer? Maybe you're a big soccer fan. Go to Spain, go to Italy, whatever you like. I'm going to start trying to use it for Greek TV. That's next. So far, it's just been Stathlets Flats and sporting events that are blacked out in my area. But you have access to thousands of extra shows in different places. You don't see some shit you want to see on your Max, on your Hulu, on your Netflix. Change your country, refresh. It's that fucking easy. I love ExpressVPN. I'm crushing Stathlets Flat. Very good show, by the way. Greek people, too. It's British Greek people. So, whatever. So, listen, stop missing out. You don't have to be hamstrung by the bullshit that is available to you because of your geographic location. Go get thousands of new shows with ExpressVPN. We got them to give you. This is the sweet spot. This is what beautiful people ExpressVPN is. They're giving you guys 3 free months, extra free months when you use our special link, expressvpn.com/Stavvy. That's expressvpn.com/Stavvy to get 3 extra months completely free and watch whatever you want from all over the world. That'll do it, folks. Brian, you want more Liquid Death, buddy?
No.
Perhaps we can solve some of our friends' problems here.
This is my favorite shit. I'm the vice champ.
I can't wait. So go watch the special. Let's plug again here in the middle. Watch the special on Netflix right now, live from the Mothership. Brian Simpson. Then the BS podcast on all platforms.
Do your fans have a nickname?
Not really. No.
No. Okay.
We don't have. We should work on that.
Yeah.
but I got nothing right now, honestly. I can't even brainstorm.
Subs. It says, hey, subs.
No, this is a Google transcription, so it's always weird. They probably were trying to say Stav.
It's garbage. I'm like, hey, Google, how many people do you have to spy on before you get the translation?
Yeah. It's Stavvy's world, Google. I know you're fucking... You know they're saying Stav. You know they're saying Eldis, not Elvis.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Actually, you know what's funny, though? This makes me nostalgic for when they don't know everything. It's like, it's kind of nice to see really shitty AI.
I have the AI thing, the Gemini shit, and it still gets shit wrong. When I say black, it spells it with a Q.
It's not even a word.
Right. And then I asked it, I was like, why do you keep spelling black with a Q instead of with a K? And it was like, well, that is a variation. I was like, so now you arguing with me. You gaslighting me. All right.
Hit us with this big Eld.
Hey, Stav, love the pod. Hey, Stav, love the pod. Hey, Stav, love the pod. I've called before. This is a different issue.
Okay.
So my boyfriend went on a trip back to his home country. He moved to the U.S. when he was like 14. Goes back, is having a good time, is hanging out late, super drunk, almost blackout, and smooches a girl, and then feels bad about it. He's telling me, he's feeling really bad. It's kind of like fucking me up, even though I know it's just a kiss. But yeah, should I be worried about this? Should I be, nothing like this has really happened before. Yeah. Have you made a mistake like this before? Would love to know. Love you. Thanks. Bye.
Interesting. So a little kiss. Go ahead.
What a fucking idiot. Has none of these people seen Interstellar? remember the dude, they got the robot.
I was way too high when I saw Interstellar. I actually don't remember any plot points.
No, it's not about the plot.
Okay.
He got a robot companion. And the robot is being too honest. And he goes, and the robot goes, my default programming is for 95% honesty because the average human can't handle blah, 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 blah. So he is supposed to be set at like 85 because nobody wants you to, why are you telling her that? Right. The only thing that came out of you telling her that you got fucked up and make out with a girl in another country is now she doubting everything. It's like you did that for you to alleviate your conscience, but now you just put all that weight on her. You shouldn't have said nothing.
So is there a level of cheating you should tell, or you should just not bring it up ever?
Look, I feel like it's about your
because the kiss. I sort of see what you're saying. If you're drunk as hell and you're like, oh my God, and you do legitimately feel bad about it, and you're like, fuck, it was just a kiss, whatever. Then I kind of see where you're coming from. Like, whatever, I'm never doing this again. I'm not telling her about it. Because
you didn't.
But what if he got head?
No, but I'm saying because you was basically sexually assaulted.
I don't know that that's the case.
No, let me ask you this.
He smooches a girl, he says.
No, he says he was damn near blacked out.
Right. Well, that's also what he's saying. That's his. You know what I mean?
Maybe
he might have had one beer.
Maybe
That's like that is true though, because this opens up so many things. I hear this and I'm like, if he's telling her he kissed a girl, did he actually get head? And he's trying to gauge her reaction of like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And that if that would be an even crazier supervillain move of like, then he's doing what you're saying, making her feel bad. Then he's not even really coming clean.
Yeah.
This is dumb. This whole come clean shit. You do that when it's irreparable. Like you really did some evil villain shit. You don't have to share every single thing with your partner, every single mistake.
What if he was afraid that there's some way it gets back to her, or like maybe there's like to play devil's advocate here, and he does want to make this relationship work, and he does feel bad, and he's just like wants to make sure nobody snitches on him or something.
Well, also, look, man, the Buddha says suffering comes from expectations. And here's the God honest truth.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people don't think like me, but if my significant other is going to visit their home country without me, I'm just assuming they gonna fuck somebody. You know what I mean? Because if your ex is going back home, anytime anybody I know, when they going back home to where they grew up, to where they escaped from, it's people that they fuck.
They're taking a victory lap.
It's first loves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's baby mothers. It's old flames. It's people that didn't see you. When they knew you when you was broke, but now you got a little money, so now you fuckable to them.
Yeah.
So it's all your temptations are back there. That you beat that game.
I also wonder how old these people are. Sorry, fucking yawn at me. But like if they're like in their early 20s,
definitely early 20s. Or no, I'm gonna say late 27, 20.
Interesting,
something like that.
But you're right, because if they're early 20s, then I see your point about visiting the home country without her. Like if it was like a little, you'd think if it's like a little more serious, she's going with, or at least he's inviting her.
And also this girl's called in for multiple problems, so she don't have a good friend circle. I thought calling the podcast for advice was like a novelty, but she like, nah, this is how I solve everything.
This is her support system, and we love her for that.
Oh, you know what's crazy?
What?
The last call she did was on the telemarketers episode. She's the high school teacher wondering how to deal with the students like Andrew Tate obsessed, like misogyny. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. So now she's maybe gotten herself too high value of a male here. That's what it sounds like.
Yes. See, I don't know does a kiss bother you, Stavvy?
I wouldn't be pumped, but it would be like, all right, well, it would be like, it's like the level of like, like, I don't know what else somebody, like standing me up 3 times or something. You know what I mean? I'd be like, what the fuck, bitch?
Oh, right.
It would be like that. It would be like, it's not something we can't get over, but yes, I'm going to be annoyed.
But it's something that that's what I mean is it's something that we can get over, but it's also something that I would rather not know. It's like, okay, you went back home, you got real fucked up, you made out with some person.
Yes, I agree.
Just don't tell me.
I actually agree with you. But here's the key. If the person actually really feels like it's a mistake and does want to move, just don't tell me and be a little nicer to me for a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Like, but don't do it right after the vacation because then I'll get suspicious.
I think it's for him too, though, because it's like that could be a slippery slope if you like if you like don't come clean that it was a kiss, because it's like, well, got away with the kiss, overall no big deal. I mean, that's like, well, I got my cock rubbed over my jeans.
I grabbed a tit, I put a tit in my mouth, but my cock didn't come out. And then it's like, well, she rubbed that, it didn't come.
Yeah, this is nothing. This is nothing. It's people literally debating about whether giving Usher a lap dance is a violation of your relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I mean,
where do you stand on that?
No, this is not. Oh yeah, that's a violation.
Yeah, I agree.
This is nothing. This is nothing.
I sort of agree, and I think like it's okay, but the thing to be for her is like, you're right, Aldous. That I think it actually is a good sign, because it's like, if you really believe him, and he is the kind of guy who wouldn't lie, and you can tell he feels bad, then this is good that he's just like, he wants to come clean. He wants there to be like honesty in your relationship, and this is something you can get over. You can be upset about it for a while, right? And that's okay. And you also don't want to pretend that you're not upset. And you also, but like just like any kind of violation of trust, the only way to get over it is for him to earn your trust back again. So it's like he just kind of has to prove that he's, honestly, I joke about it, but yeah, do some nice shit, pay a little more attention to you. The same way you earn trust the first way is the way you re-earn it. So it's like, and you just have to be honest about how you feel. I've made this mistake in the past before where I've pretended I'm cool with shit. And then 2 weeks later, I'm like, you're a fucking, I make up some argument that doesn't even matter. I'm like, how fucking dare you?
That's what I was about to say.
So you have to actually be cool with it.
If you don't think you can get over it, just break up with him.
Yeah.
But if you can actually get over it, then you have to literally do that. You can't keep throwing it in his face for years and years.
And ultimately, it is just a kiss. I'm not, but so it's like we vote. Our vote here, I think, is take some time, but get over it. Don't let this ruin your relationship. It is not an honest mistake, but it's a mistake that happens. He got swept up, and the fact that he told you, and if he especially feels bad about it, is a good sign. And just like, roll with the punches, unless it is something you think you can't get over. That's not how, I don't feel that way, but ultimately, all this shit is personal, right? So it's like, if you really can't get over it, you're right.
And also, if one of your top G high school students somehow riz you up,
that'll show him.
He has to agree that when you go to prison, he's going to wait.
Yeah, that'll show your fucking boyfriend. Fuck one of your students.
For real. He just has so much swag.
All right.
What's up, Stavros, Eldest, prestigious guest / guest.
Pause this, Eldest.
Might be a little long.
One thing we should do. One thing would be funny to post on the Instagram is like all the ways the transcription gets this wrong.
This is what's up, Starbucks.
Starbucks elders. What's up, Stav and Eldest? Got translated to Star. What's up, Starbucks elders?
Just some little Zoom cuts.
Yeah. do some fucking. But anyway.
In advance, but I'm gonna try to keep the info pretty concise.
Thanks, dude.
I am a homosexual man who probably is actually bisexual. But
the opposite
I did tell my mom.
Is he said probably?
Yeah.
Okay.
That I didn't have any attraction to women.
Can you turn it up, Ellis?
She was super conservative Christian. And I just wanted to spite her a little bit. So anyway,
awesome.
I've never been with a woman at all. And I've dated in high school a little bit, but obviously nothing ever really came of that. Basically, my dilemma is I am currently in a relationship with a man. We've been together for 3.5 years. We've lived together for almost 2 years.
Nice.
It's going really well. I really love him a lot. But we've been talking about settling down and getting married and buying a house and everything like that. And I'm really young. I'm 24.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And part of me that just feels like I'm not quite ready for that yet.
Sure.
There's a lot that I haven't done. I've never fucked a girl before. And I feel like that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to say to my gay boyfriend, soon to be fiance or whatever, hey, I actually want to have sex with a woman. I don't know. I just feel like it's a little late in the game to be like, hey, let's actually just keep things casual. Because it's been like 3.5 years. I don't know, man. I just think I'm afraid of, in 10 years being like 35 and like in some fucking loveless marriage. So,
of course. I mean, these are really...
Any advice would be greatly appreciated. I don't really want to break up with him, but I don't know. Gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. I don't know. This
Respect.
Well, yeah. Well, I feel like if you
goodbye.
Wow.
I love. I mean, I love this guy. This guy he's just really bearing
awesome.
his soul.
Well,
I love that he's spited. Like he even knew when he came out he was probably bi, but he's just to make his mom mad. He was like, "I'm gay, bitch."
right.
That's such an awesome move.
That's spite on just the maximum level. Chef's kiss spite.
He's like, I'm gay enough where she won't figure out I'm lying for a while.
And I feel like if you think, because here's the thing too, if you think you might like vagina, let me just say something. You got to find that out because that first go round might be a doozy. You might be like, actually, I think I'm more straight.
That would be so awesome if his mom was such a cunt that he just sucked cock for 10 years, and then first time he gets pussy, he's like, oh fuck, I'm straight. I've been getting my ass fucked for nothing this whole time.
That's wild. Yeah, because I have friends in this situation where it's like you had that conservative parent.
Yeah,
and it's like everything bad that happens to you, it's because you're queer.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, you got COVID? Well,
yeah.
Stop taking it in the ass, son.
So I think a couple things here. I mean, first of all, the feelings of like not wanting to settle down because you're 24 are valid no matter what orientation you have. Like that's just a human, like across all experiences. If you're relatively young and you're worried, and by the way, even if this turns out to be the person you settle down with, I think these are valid concerns, right? Everybody before they regardless of age, but especially if you're younger, this is a very natural thought, right? Now, not to be homophobic here, but I do feel like almost every gay couple I know opens it up a little bit. Maybe I'm being literally homophobic here, and if that's the case, forget I even said anything. But I feel like, that's the one of the nice bonuses seems to be that, at even like the most prude gay couples I know, like they'll go to a spa together and maybe jerk a guy off together. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like a conservative, you know what I mean? Like other people are just hosting like cream pie parties in their apartment.
Yeah.
So, I also think not again to be like, not to overgeneralize, like saying, well, all queer people are also open-minded, because that might not be the case.
That's definitely not the case.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying just because your boyfriend's gay that he will understand that you have a more complicated sexuality, that it's like you're probably you're bi, or you have some, I don't know, where you're probably on the Kinsey scale where you're like mostly gay, but you might want to try a little pussy. And like, I'm not going to assume that your partner understands that necessarily, but I do think you have a better argument. Your odds of making that argument in a gay relationship to be like, hey, I might want to try hooking up with a woman, are a lot easier than if you were a man in a straight relationship with a woman and saying, hey, I might want to try and suck a little dick, right? Like at least the ideas of masculinity and stuff like that aren't as like hard and fast, where it's like you might have a better opportunity to at least bring this up to this person.
Also, one doesn't simply try vagina. Right? It's different levels, and like you might need to try a few. But on a more serious note, I have not had many successful relationships, but I do know for a fact that the thing that brings down every relationship is silent resentment. is all the unspoken shit. So if you going into this and you got this desire that you feel like you can't express, it's going to turn into a resentment. And that's going to eat away at your relationship. So if you can't be open and honest about what you want, and it doesn't mean you're going to get what you want, but
right. That's fair. That's true.
And this is another thing, like, when people really feeling you, you'll be surprised what they down to agree to.
Right.
Yeah, you just don't lie to them.
Yeah.
Women will like begrudgingly let you fuck other people. And, okay, well, fine. Because if you're like, hey, listen, this is what it is.
Right.
You know, but you got it. Especially don't get married if it's things.
24 is tough too.
If it's things like this that you can't express. Yeah. That's 24 is tough, especially for a young gay. I mean, you got so much shit.
It's the funnest type of guy to be.
Yeah,
you're kind of putting yourself in a box for no reason.
To lock it down. I mean, it's probably dicks you need to try.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. So
I guess like to kind of summarize everything, it's like I think especially since you're younger, you can and you're talking about, and you even said it. We can tell you care about this guy, right? Clearly, he's not looking for a way to break up. He wants to make this work. So I think the summary of all of this is like, hey, you just go up to him and be like, hey, I love you. This relationship is really important to me. A part of me there's a part of me that like wants to settle down and I want to do this thing. But there's another part of me that thinks I'm pretty young. I feel like I haven't had these many experiences. Is there a way we can do this within our relationship? Like, can we have
I don't know. I think I slightly disagree here, Stavvy. Okay. Because right at the end,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
That line was doing a lot of work. That was saying was saying a lot. Maybe.
But see, that's why I'm saying is like pitch the perfect scenario for you. You know what I mean? Pitch like, hey, what I'd love is if we can, and I'm also worried about being in this I'm worried about like down the line, like being okay now, but me having these silent resentments that you're talking about. So is this okay? Like, how do you feel? And again, maybe we're generalizing because gay people, most of my gay friends have, and we're also, most of my gay friends are big city, fucking New York or LA gays, but still, I would say pitch the relationship you want and say, hey, I want to stay with you. I want to think about the future together, but there are experiences I have to feel, and
get him a Kindle. Make sure a copy of The Ethical Slut is already uploaded onto it.
And so pitch that and say, can we do this? Is this? How do you feel about this? And see his reaction. And look, there's a chance he might be understanding, right? And there's a chance. And if he's really, really not understanding, then you kind of have your answer one way or the other. And maybe you should have, and then you have to really make the decision of what's more important in this relationship or these experiences. I tend to think completely blindly, if you told me any 24-year-old is considering getting married but is having reservations about not having had enough experiences, I would almost 100% of the time say you're not ready to get married, personally, right? Yeah. And maybe that's not true in all cases, but so I say pitch it, have these discussions. Don't let these quiet resentments fester, because what do you have to lose? That you break up? Well, okay, you would break up anyway if you just let those take hold of the relationship. So try and see if you can have your cake and eat it too. If you can suck your cock and fuck pussy too. Yeah. See if you can do it all, brother.
But also on a larger note, getting married is dumb. People aren't doing that anymore. You don't get anything out of it. So.
What else we got, Big Eld?
Yo, how many tabs can you?
Yeah, we have an insane amount of tabs open.
Hey, Stav, hey, LD, and the guest. So, in my situation right now, my mom and dad are divorced, and my dad's been married 3 times now, or 4. And I have an older half-sister and a younger half-sister. And in his current marriage, he's cheating on his wife, my stepmom. And that was the reason why my parents got divorced. So, he's a cool guy. I love him. Like, a nice guy, fucking went for the world. He just likes to cheat, though.
Yeah.
So, my question is, should I, talk to him about it? because he's getting older. He's like almost 60, and my stepmom's like 32.
Wow.
But so should I talk to him and start telling him like, yo, stop cheating? Or like, what do I do?
Mind your fucking business.
He sounds cool.
Yeah, what are you doing?
He's got a wife half his age and he's still getting side pussy.
Yeah,
I'd kill to be that vital at his age.
Right. That virile.
Yeah, I can't imagine being in a relationship and cheat and like having a side bitch at my age. That seems fucking tiring.
Yeah, but also, what you're saying is completely out of line. You have absolutely no station to approach your father about cheating on your stepmother. She didn't raise you. That's his third woman. That she ain't got nothing to do with you. And listen, I understand that it's morally wrong, but it doesn't affect your life. It's not affecting your mama. So mind your fucking business. You don't get to tell your father what to do with his penis.
Okay, this is interesting because I see where he's coming from in that because it could affect his life. Here's what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Yes, he's 60, right? He's still like we're saying he's older, whatever, but like he's still a relatively young guy, right? Say 60-year-olds are like they're run, especially if you're in good shape. You can spend your 60s, whatever, but this guy will get old, right? Mm-hmm. And if he's cheated his way out of a woman that would have taken care of him in his old age, it's suddenly he's now our caller is at least in play as one of the people that's going to have to take care of his elderly ass cheating ass father.
Or maybe he's perfected his formula.
I mean, look, it's possible. Well, yeah. Guys like this seem to be able to survive, but I do think there is part of this that is pragmatic in that, yeah, this guy, what if he burns every bridge with like, I mean, this woman, she's 32, married to a 60-year-old. Clearly, something's off in her head, right? She might be the kind of woman that would take care of would change this guy's diapers.
Or she waiting for him to die so she can get that bread.
It's possible. We don't know how much money he has.
But my point is, what? Okay, so now picture it. Walk it through logically to the logical conclusion. Okay, you go to your father and go, Dad, I need you to stop. I need you to let your side bitch go. What do you think his response is going to be?
I don't know.
Because it's not going to work.
Yeah.
All you're going to do is piss off your father, and now you off the wheel.
Right. Well, we don't know if there's this. Some of these guys don't tend to have money either. I don't know. Like, I don't know what kind of pussy getter he is. Because there's those guys who you're like, how does he keep doing it? Yeah. And this could be one of those, but you're right. It could go either way. We don't have enough information. But also, what about the idea of like,
imagine having that conversation with your father. My father wouldn't even entertain this conversation.
Yeah, well, your father wasn't around. Your father didn't entertain you as a child. Right. Your father was like, yeah. But if I had this conversation with my dad, I've tried to have conversations with my dad about like the way he's fucking like shit he's done wrong, and he doesn't get it. It's like talking to a fucking brick wall. But sometimes I really am jealous of the people who have relationships that can have discussions, moral and philosophical discussions with their father. I'll never be able to do that. My dad's just not gonna ever. He sees things the way they are. Eldest, you were gonna say something? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say like this guy. He says like my dad cheated on my mom. I feel like he still has
a little bit of that. Yeah, he can. You're not gonna fix that.
Yeah,
right.
Resentment, anger, and that's over. Your parents are divorced. Like, so it's not. You don't have technically a right to be like annoyed with your dad cheating anymore. This is like a little different when it's your mom. That being said, I mean, the best you can do is a total non-committal, expect no progress type of conversation where it's like, imagine you're talking to your buddy who's like, you don't really care about their girlfriend or something. But you're like, hey, man, you should probably cool it with the cheating. Like, he can maybe try to have one of those types of conversations.
But that's the thing. It's like, you not his dad. You not his bro. You his son. Mind your business.
But this guy behaves like he's a bro, though. That's the thing. Yeah. His dad's a pussy getter. He's not a good father. You don't have to respect bad fathers. Right. Well, that's the thing. It's like you can talk to them like they're bros.
No. I'm not saying that the kid isn't taking the right moral stance.
Right. But what difference?
The cheating is wrong. But why is it your place to correct it?
Right. No, I think Eldest, you picked up on that where it's like, yeah, dude. If part of your motivation is you're thinking you're going to sort of, by confronting your father now, you're behaving in a way that you wish you would have when he cheated on your mom, that's out. that you're never gonna
do. It's like, bro, you have an easier time getting your father to respect people's pronouns.
That's true. It does feel like a way of life for this man.
Yeah. Like
cheating, it's too late, bro. He ruined so many families. He's not going to stop now. And really think about what you're trying to get done from this.
It's like you being like, oh, my dad doesn't chew with his mouth closed. He's 60. Oh, should I confront him? No, just don't eat around him.
But at the same time, like, the thing about, like, you don't get to be annoyed by your dad cheating is like, I don't know that that's true necessarily. He's allowed to be annoyed. He's allowed to confront his dad and just be like, you're being a piece of shit. Like, like what kind of example? Like, he can get some shit out that he's wanting to get out, but just don't expect anything to happen. Is really all I would say.
Or or threaten him. Like, if you don't man up, I'm gonna fuck your wife.
Start fucking his wife. This guy's dad probably fucks better than him, unfortunately. This guy, all this guy's dad has is fucking. You can tell. He's got nothing. His children don't really respect him. He's got half kids all over the place.
He says dad's a nice. He said, I love him. He's a nice guy.
He's probably like you know what he is? He's probably like one of those charismatic guys.
A charming motherfucker.
Yeah. To cheat on your 30-year-old wife when you're 60, you got to have swag, dude. You have to be dripping sauce. So, but yeah, dude, not like. If you feel like you want to get it out, because the other thing is when someone's charming and cool like this, it's like this guy might not have worked through his feelings because he's clearly on some level angry at his father for cheating on his mom, right? And if he's still saying like he's a cool guy, I love him, he might just have never worked through that. Part of him is pissed at his dad, and so that could be what he's. But I would just say really look at your feelings, really think about what you're trying to accomplish with this conversation.
You know what he's really trying to do is he's trying to please his mom, like in his
it's possible head. Yeah, for
he's
sure.
He's trying to like he's heard his mom complain about the father.
Yeah,
he's trying to like be the man she wants him to be. By you should confront him.
Yeah, right.
Like no, that's a wrap. He on wife number 4. Why he keep getting married?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, his dad's not a fucking. His dad. There's something off with his dad.
Yeah, you know what you need to do if you really need to know this. Gas up one of the half sisters. To go do it for you.
Oh, but his half sister's probably like 9 years old.
Oh wait a minute, he says he has an older half sister, so the mom was probably the second wife.
That's true. Was the mom? Did your mom start as a side bitch?
Your mom was the original side piece. I don't know if the son of the side piece get to talk to me about my
But there is a lot to think about here. It's
You're not my first son.
Nah, you're my side son.
My first marriage son.
You're my
eldest first marriage son has the right.
Yeah, like if I was
check me.
Like if this was a kingdom, you not next up.
No,
you're not the crown prince.
It's your older half sister.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so funny. So yeah, it's like so basically, just to again wrap everything up here, he's asking, should I talk to him about it because he's getting older? It's like, what does that have to do with it? Like, what are you trying? Why are you trying to do that? And I ultimately, first, I think you really need to think about what your motivations truly are to have this conversation. And either way, I think you can have the conversation, but just think: is this something that will it make you feel better? Like, really understand what are you trying to accomplish? If it's just a purely like, if you're cool with it, if we're over reading all this, you don't really give a fuck, and you truly just are worried that your dad is going to burn his bridges with every woman, and you want to have that conversation, you can have that too. But I would just say, don't expect a lot out of your dad. Your dad's who he fucking is, right? Like, you're one of many children whose lives he doesn't give. Yeah. He's cared about pussy more than you, your half sister, and your other half sister already.
He didn't sound very confident,
right?
And I'm afraid you didn't get that sauce. I'm afraid you're not going to know how to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because the way you got to talk to a man like this is it has to be phrased in a way where you almost empathize with him. Where you're almost like, damn, so man, I'm out here, I'm trying to fuck these hoes like you, and
right.
And I'm just tired of it, and I feel like it's gonna get to a point where I need to stop. You ever feel like you need to stop? It's got to be like that. You can't just come at him like, what you're doing is wrong. Because I'm telling you, because at the very least, he's just gonna turn on that charm and have you walking away feeling confused.
Yeah. That's certainly possible. So, look, man. Good luck out there. Decide why you really want to do this. And then, hey, if you still want to, fuck it. Who cares? But your dad's who the fuck he is.
Yeah, we love you.
We do.
How much time? One more?
No, we're good. Yeah, let's do a couple more. Sorry, I just got a text.
Hey, Stav and Elvis. Hope you guys are well. Love the show. I'm calling in. My wife and I got married a little bit for the holiday. We chose to not have a wedding. We just took a day for ourselves up in the mountains, and we didn't think a lot of it. We're a little bit older, and thought that everybody would be cool with the decision.
That's another thing. Imagine how low. Imagine what his dad's fourth marriage looked like. They're on someone's front lawn in white polo. His wife's wearing like a white polo.
Right.
He's like I mean, it's got to be the most bullshit fucking wedding you've ever had in your life. Yeah. They're just at a public beach. They didn't even bother to like reserve it. There's people playing beach. There's people playing fucking like volleyball behind them and shit.
He's golf buddies with the Justice of the Peace.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I forgot that riff because I got a text. So this guy in his older marriage reminded me. Go ahead, Eld.
And thought that everybody would be cool with the decision. When we were at my wife's parents' house for the holiday, her mom kind of made a weird comment about why we didn't have a wedding and kind of alluded to maybe we didn't do it because I didn't have the money to pay for the wedding.
What a fucking
That's
bitch.
not the case. We just, we're pretty low key and we don't like being the center of attention. And, you know, we've been together for 5 years. So, didn't seem like something we wanted to do. My wife's parents are immigrants, from Vietnam. They came over during the war years and, come to find out that my wife's mom was always a little disappointed that she didn't get a big wedding, after they moved to the States. So, even though my wife is against it, my question is, you know, should I push my wife to consider having some kind of a party or a wedding, not for us, but for her mom, you know? And I should say, you know, I love my in-laws. My parents have passed away, so I know that you get to a point where you always look back and wish you could have spoiled your parents a little bit more. And I'm just wondering if this is one of those cases, or if we should just kind of stick to our guns and we made the decision, you know, because that's what we wanted to do. So curious to get your take on it. Thanks. Take care.
Interesting. This is interesting because like before knowing that he has a good relationship with his in-laws, I would have assumed like, because I know what immigrant fucking parent-in-law like in-laws can be like, and they are sometimes they're really cunty and they're really shitty and like, and especially that immigrants love the money comment of like, well, if my kid isn't gonna marry within our community, it better be a richer you know what I mean? It's always that kind of vibe, but that doesn't necessarily sound like what's going on here, and so it's kind of cute that he's like worried about his mother-in-law, but at the same time, you can't worry about her more than your wife,
bro.
Like that's really what it comes down to. Like, what does she want to do?
I have a tough time with these kind of questions because, like, always with this kind of advice, because I'm great at giving advice, but when it comes to this kind of thing, like parental pressure,
yeah,
I just don't have that because I didn't have, like, my parents were around, but they didn't raise me, complete, you know. So
yeah,
I've never felt that.
You don't have the traditional relationship to that.
No, like both of my parents know. Don't fucking try to tell me what to do.
Yeah, I mean, you got a pretty strong case for that.
So I damn sure am not gonna give a fuck with my wife's mom, especially if my wife don't care what she want.
Right.
No, you know what we're gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this wedding money. I'm gonna put a down payment on a nice crib, and then when she come over and go, wow, this is a nice crib, I'm gonna go, yeah. Instead of having a wedding, this is what we did.
Yeah.
We did something smart with our money. Yeah. Getting married was already the dumb thing.
Yeah, we're hitting a lot of your personal like issues right now with like anti-wedding, like the parent shit.
Well, yeah,
like,
I mean, I feel like if you're gonna get married, which is, I don't see the point, but if you're gonna do that, but why also start off $30,000-$40,000 in debt?
Yeah. No, I mean, I totally get that, but
for a party for one day.
Yeah. I do. I feel you on that philosophically, and it seems like this caller does as well, right? Like they didn't want to do it, and so I guess my question to you is like to the caller is like, you know, it's sweet of you to want to do that for your mother-in-law, right? But I would say, don't push your wife to do it if she doesn't want to do it. Now, if you can now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have a conversation with her. You could just broach the subject and be like, hey, your mom seemed pretty, whatever. And it's like, and by the way, you still don't have to have a crazy party, but like, I think the perfect middle ground for a wedding is like, I like when people do something, maybe something small, private, and meaningful, and then kind of a bigger general party vibe. Like, I like when people do that. When people basically have like essentially a cookout or something,
but I have the feeling that the wife is over the mom shit.
Yeah. I think that's a very real possibility.
For her to know her mom wants the big wedding, and for her to insist that they sneak off and like basically elope.
Right.
That's her answer.
That's not a mistake.
It's fuck you, mom. I'm tired of you with your demands and your bullshit. Trying to live vicariously through me.
Yeah, I don't. You fled Ho Chi Minh and didn't get a fucking wedding. Doesn't mean I gotta have a big ass wedding to make up for it. You know.
Yeah, or just to be spiteful. Well, he says he likes them, so whatever.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, because if she said some shit like, "Oh, you probably did it because you didn't have money," that would have pissed me off.
Yeah. Because then I would have had a wedding at a Denny's. I'd invited everybody to the Denny's.
So yeah, dude, I guess, it just comes down to, look, if you want to have the conversation with your wife, have the conversation. But if she's really against it or like just dismisses it outright, forget it. And then it's like, there's other shit you could probably make up, there's shit you can do. But if you both felt like that was what you wanted to do for your wedding, and also don't let your feelings of how things you wish you could have done for your parents get in the way of your wife's relationship with her parents. Like, don't project it sounds like you're kind of in danger of maybe projecting. You talked about wishing you had spoiled your parents a little more. Like, that's not really gonna, if your wife is against it, you're not accomplishing anything. It's like, it might be even a little selfish and could create some problems between you and your wife. But if you want to broach the subject because you're a sweet guy and you like your in-laws, you can casually mention it. But if your wife shuts it down immediately, just be like, all right, fuck it. You can take a flyer on it, but don't make it a huge point of discussion, is my opinion.
You want the mother to like you too much, you fucking pussy.
Yeah. That's part of it. That's my take, buddy. So anyway, good luck out there. Let's do one more, Eldis.
Stav, long time, first time.
Thanks, man.
I got a bit of a dilemma here. So I'm a junior in college. I transferred after my freshman year. And during that freshman year, I worked at a bar. I was getting top-notch ass. I mean, nice. I was sleeping with a different, unfathomably gorgeous woman like
I think
every 2-3 weeks.
We could probably fathom how gorgeous
but I transferred schools to, go to school a little more. That was after freshman year. And basically since then, it's been a year and a half, I haven't seen a crumb of ass. The dry spell has been incomprehensible. I'm probably to blame for some of it, but
for some of it,
here's my question. So I got this girl who's been pretty clearly into me for, call it a half year now. But she is ugly. I mean, small town 3.
Wow.
That's tough.
So
man.
do I?
Hold on. Can we pause for a second?
I mean, do I?
I've never heard someone sincerely described as a 3. Like, do you?
3's tough. Small town 3 too.
Yeah. With the modifier.
What does that even mean? I think our caller here suffers from a little hyperbole problem.
Right.
I bet the pussy he was getting was not unfathomable. I bet this girl isn't like, what is she like? like a puddle, like how like a melted looking bitch. Like there's no way she's not a small town 3. Yeah, she's probably a 4.5, 5.
This girl is unsymmetrical. He's saying.
So how bad could she? Anyway, whatever.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Let's see what this guy. But you're right. That's a tough one. Keep going, Elders.
This girl, just to get the ball rolling again, get some of my mojo back. I'm a little worried because I'm a bit of a people pleaser.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I feel like if I start any relationship with her, I'm going to get attached.
Because you're a people pleaser?
I know I can do better than her.
Can you?
You know,
So do better than her.
You know, people call girls clapped. This girl is a standing ovation.
I don't know what that means.
But I'm just trying to get my dick sucked. Could use your help here, Stav.
Okay, couple things.
He's saying people call them claps. This is a symptom of white kids stealing black slang too fast because of TikTok. Because it used to take a while before black people made up some cool shit and then they made it around to the West. Now it's instant.
It is instant. It's crazy.
And the slang is being misused and mishandled.
What is he getting? Because I'm not even.
I think he's calling a claps. Some people would say slam pig, but just an ugly girl. You know?
Clap like.
Right. He's
that
saying,
slam pig. A clap is a slam pig.
No. A slam pig is just an ugly.
I know what a slam pig is.
Okay, so yeah, I think a clap is just a girl that's just ugly, like somebody clapped her in the face, like somebody shot her. I see.
So
he said, I see. But
I've never heard that one. Look at that.
Yeah, well, this is me neither. Not in that context, but this guy.
Yeah, I mean, this kid's your vibes are fucked, bro. You sound horrible. You sound so annoying, and like you have the vibes of somebody who like if you feel like you're trying to be like a fucking cool pussy getter, but you yourself have said you haven't gotten head in a year and a half. You say it's incomprehensible. I'm comprehending it. Yeah. I'm comprehending off of your personality like you through this voicemail.
You worked at the bar when you were getting so much ass, which means you were dealing with drunk girls and you were the source of alcohol. So you attributed all the ass you was getting to just yourself.
Right place, right time, brother.
Now you working at Panera Bread.
And did he transfer? He said, Elders.
Yeah, he transferred.
He transferred to a different school. Yeah.
So you were exactly. This should tell you. This is a scientific experiment of how good you are getting pussy, and it's clear you're bad at it. Yeah. You're saying she's a 3 and that you could do better. Then do better. Then don't fuck her and go fuck somebody else. But until then, understand that this is who's attracted to you. This is who you can fuck. That's the league you're in, brother. And for you to say you're a people pleaser, this also sounds like a guy who kind of might like an ugly woman. Like he might like. He's like, oh, I'm afraid I might get attached. What do you mean? Like, what?
Right. That's
who are you? Who you're trying to present as this fucking pussy getter, like macho, fucking like almost like a, like a kind of like a fucking. You're trying to be like a bro, like fratty, like this kind of. Honestly, like a little bit of what we were talking about, like the Andrew Tate disciple type. But you sound like a very insecure man who might potentially like a ugly woman who's afraid he might be in a relationship with someone who there's no way this girl's that ugly. Like, how ugly is this woman? The way he's describing her is like she's kept in a cage and like fed raw sardines.
Well, so you want to fuck her? Look. Just don't play with her heart though. Like, if you just trying to clap cheeks. Don't
be rude to her either.
Right.
Let her have a good time. Be honest. Be open with it. Be like, look, you can be like, I'm not looking for anything serious, but if you want to grab a drink and hook up, let's do it, and just be upfront. But you also have to don't think you're above her, bro. That's what's really bothering me. I think here is that you have you're putting yourself on a pedestal above this woman, and you're kind of like. This feels a little like you want to fuck her, but you're afraid what other people will think, right? This is little boy ass thinking. This is you have to free yourself of this. You fucked some hot women when you worked at the bar. Congratulations, right? That's clearly not who you are. And if it's very important to you to be a guy who fucks a lot of hot women, then all right, I think that's weird, but if that's what you want to be your main calling card in life, I mean, I get it. You're young. You're a dumbass. You think that's the most important thing. It's not, but whatever. Then just do it. leave this girl alone, or be open, be upfront with her, treat her nicely. Don't feel like you're not doing her a favor. You could argue she's doing you the favor.
Yeah.
You're the one who, I bet you this girl will go get dick down, Yeah, because I really I need a picture of this woman.
No, Stav, you on to something. And I'm going to tell you why. I cracked the case.
The hell yeah.
Sir, you're not being honest with yourself about a lot of things. You're a fraud.
Look, he's a 20-year-old, right? Everyone is like that.
And I get that. And the faster you nip this personality flaw in the bud, the better off you'll be.
Yeah.
I know you not this pussy getting motherfucker you trying to present yourself as, because every pussy getting motherfucker I know, every dude I know that fucks a lot of hot chicks, they also fuck ugly chicks.
You're so right
they
again.
They don't have no problem
You're so
taking
right.
down a troll cake.
You're so right, dude.
So the fact that you over here like, oh, this ugly one, she should have already been a notch on your belt if you really this pussy
that's
getter.
So true. I feel like this feels like the end of a Columbo episode. Where it's like, if you really liked getting pussy, you would have fucked her, brother.
Fucked her a long time ago.
Oh, there's some tough ones. Oh, yeah, there are some tough ones on the resume.
Yeah, because you got to keep the mojo going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because women can smell it on you. They can tell when you're getting laid.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
And it's true.
So it sounds like, yes, that's so true. And it sounds like you do want to sleep with her, and it sounds like you're letting what other people might think of you get in the way of that. So start freeing yourself of that. If you want to do this, do this. But like I said, treat this woman nicely. Be kind to her. Be open, and just be like, yeah, you can pitch just hooking up, and then here's the thing. He says he's a people pleaser. He's afraid he might get attached. So you got attached. Like those are feelings. Like if that's what you happen, then date her for a little bit. But like you just are a little insecure. And look, this is the age to be insecure, right?
Yeah.
Like early 20s, out of college, you really care about what other people think of you.
And this ugly girl is gonna fuck you so much better than those hot girls.
That's a good point.
Freshman hot girls, they're not. This ugly girl gonna put it on you, boy.
Yeah.
She been in them damn band camps already experimenting.
Yep.
She gonna lick your butthole.
Oh my God.
Cook you some meals. Nigga.
She was tossing salads at anime club in high school.
Hell yeah.
She was licking a man's nipples while he had a full Goku orange gi on.
She knows exactly where your prostate is. This girl's gonna blow your mind.
So there you go. I think we gave him some excellent advice. That's gonna do it for us this week, guys. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for being here, brother.
For having me, man.
Watch Brian's special. Subscribe. Leave us a nice 5-star review on iTunes. We're taking a little break from the road, but we're we got the podcast going, we got the YouTube channel, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye bye.